Hello, my name is Jason Keaton, and I'm here to talk about three ways you can get better at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I've been a black belt for almost 10 years, and I found that there's a couple ways that people really can improve their Jiu-Jitsu, and a lot of people don't do it. And you may even have heard these things before, but it didn't really sink in. So I'm going to explain why I think they're important. But more importantly, you should listen to them because I think that everybody I know that does these ends up being a black belt and ends up being at least really skilled at jiu-jitsu. So step number one, really simple, is to keep a notebook. Yep, keep a notebook. Keep a notebook, but keep it organized in a way that you can track how you perform when you're rolling, what techniques you learn, and kind of your goals. It's very tough. You maybe ask your own professor this, but when you ask him, Professor, I need to get better at jiu-jitsu. Well, how do you get better at jiu-jitsu? What do you need? What do you need from me to get better at jiu-jitsu? And if you're not keeping that notebook and you're not writing it down, you're not gonna know. One thing is that the goals are important for sure because you have to know where you're going. But kind of the problem areas, if you don't know your problem areas, then you're definitely not going to get better. And that's one thing that I think a lot of guys and gals don't do that they should do. And I used to always keep a notebook when I was a blue belt and a purple belt, and I still have it. And I kept the three sections. I kept one section of what I learned in class, second section rolling, and you probably have a stable of rolling partners that you train with consistently. So how would I perform against them? What were they catching me with? What was I able to stop? But kind of more what wasn't I able to stop? That's the more important thing. And you can also do that for competitions too. And that's easy to do in competitions. But you also should look at not your losses only, but your wins also. Because a lot of times people learn from losing, but they don't learn from winning. So even in a match you have won previously, maybe you submitted the person, but maybe there's something you could have done better. Or you didn't submit the person and that is something that you could have done. That happened to me a couple years ago. I was competing and I had two matches in a tournament and I did pretty well. I got a lot of points, but it was very tough to submit the guys. And I knew right then, I was very frustrated with myself. I was like, I'm in mount. How come I can't submit this person? And that kind of changed my life from there on out because I decided, hey, how am I going to submit them? I'm going to use very simple submissions. So that's kind of how my game has evolved. All right? So keep a notebook, number one. Step two, be a good training partner. Yeah, be a good training partner. How's that going to make you better? Well, one, more people are going to want to roll with you. All right? And what I mean by being a good training partner is not just when you're practicing the moves, but when you're rolling also. One thing I found is you can roll competitively, of course, but if you do that all the time, then I think that your game becomes stagnant. Really stagnant. All right, you're only thinking about your A game, meaning you were just trying to win every match, every round, and that is not where you really learn because you're only doing what you're already good at. What you have to do is you have to practice with everyone. First of all, everyone. You don't have to practice just like the toughest guys or girls in your school. Practice with the newest white belt. Practice with the intermediate blue belt. Even if it's somebody you can submit at will. Hey, don't worry about it. Just roll with them. Let them put you in bad submissions. Let them put you in bad situations. I mean, not submissions, but bad positions and see if you can get out. See what you can do. Try something new. Try a submission or try a technique you never really were able to master. And then, kind of write about it in your notebook. It's like keeping a journal. All right? And the third part of this is really simple. And this is a good tip I got from a really great black belt. And that's to enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. Why is that important? Well, if you get frustrated with jiu-jitsu and you're only concerned, I really got to get better. I got to get better now. You're kind of impatient with it. It can really turn bad for you. Okay, meaning you don't like jiu-jitsu and you don't like going to train and you're always worried about getting tapped. Don't worry about any of that. All right, that's all just kind of what everybody has to go through along the way. It's like paying your dues. But what's more important is that you're enjoying the time with your teammates and you're enjoying going to competitions and you're enjoying, just all the process of it. Because someday maybe you will be a black belt and you'll look back and you're like, man, when I was a blue belt, I really loved my time with these people. And I could say that. You know, one of the best things about jiu-jitsu, and you probably will agree with this, is that it's the people you meet. Okay? So enjoy every part of it. So 3 easy steps. 1, keep a notebook. Okay? Write it down. If you're not writing it down, you're not going to be able to find your weak spots or your strong points. Right? And that helps you as you go along. Step 2, be a good training partner. 1, you'll get more training in. And 2, you'll learn more during rolling. Okay? So that means, don't just, every round's not for the world championship. Okay? And step 3, enjoy your journey. If you can do those 3 things, you'll improve way quicker than you have been. Okay? I've been Jason Keaton. You have been great. And if you have any questions, please write down in the comments. And I'm going to try to do a weekly series on this that I'm going to call it FAQ Jiu-Jitsu. All right? And probably every Friday I'll answer some questions about, Jiu-Jitsu. That's all I know. I don't really know much else. But, not really probably do any technique videos. I will add those to the channel, but I'm going to do more like Q&A type stuff. Okay? So keep training and, hey, get a notebook. Get one today if you don't have one. All right. Thanks.